Okay, question number 20 has a number of things happening. We have Green Pole's one artwork. We have Orchard's a second artwork. We know what they, investigating the trending price that had the initial same value. So Green Pole's and Orchid's both had the same initial value. So the initial value, I'm going to say, is X dollars for both Green Pole's and Orchard's. And we know what happened in the first and the second and the third years. If the value of the paintings was the same in the third year, write an equation and solve it. Okay. So Green Pole's was X initially. It doubled in value in the first year. So at the end of the first year, it was 2X. And then lost $8,000 in the second year. So it was 2X at the start and lost $8,000. And in the third year, it was 3/4 of the previous year's value. This is the previous year's value, so it's going to be 3/4 lots of 2X minus 8,000. Now, what's confusing about this question is that the value of the art increases or decreases, and if it doubled in the first year, it's now worth 2X. And if in the second year it lost 8,000, it's now worth 2X minus 8,000. And then in the third year, if it was 3/4 of what it used to be, then it's 3/4 times what it used to be. So that's what Green Pole's is after the third year. Orchid's also started at 8 because its initial value was the same, started at X. It added 10,000 in its first year, so X plus 10,000. In the second year, it was only a third of the previous year. So the second year, it was 1/3 X plus 10,000. And in the third year, it doubled what it was in the previous year. So it's going to be 2 lots of 1/3 times X plus 10,000. Or 2/3 X plus 10,000. Now, this is the value of Orchid's at the end of the third year. This is the value of Green Pole's at the end of the third year. An equation, because at the end of the third year they're the same. So 3/4 times 2X minus 8,000 must equal 2/3 X plus 10,000. And now I need to solve that. I'm a stickler that I don't really like to have fractions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up this 3 and move it to the other side, and it will multiply that 3. And at the same time, I'm going to pick up this 4 and move it to the other side, and it's going to multiply with that 2. And I've still got my 2X minus 8,000, and I've still got my X plus 10,000. Now, what I've effectively done is I've multiplied all of this by 4 and multiplied all of this by 3. And the 4s and the 3s cancel. So 9 lots of 2X minus 8,000 should equal 8 lots of X plus 10,000. So multiply this out, 18X minus 72,000 equals 8X plus 80,000. Move the 8X over, 18X minus 8X equals 80,000 and plus 72,000. That's 152,000 is what 10X is. And if I divide both sides by 10X is 152,000 divided by 10, which is $15,200. So each of the artworks' initial value was 15,200 because we made X the initial value of each of the artworks.